Dylan. The sudden turn of events left everyone stunned. Nobody expected Dylan to collapse and spurt blood when he was still laughing a second ago. Get him to the hospital, quickly. Hector made a prompt decision and ordered someone to carry Dylan out. Hey, brat. Did you do this? Jacob was about to leave when he thought of something and turned back, his expression menacing. What does it have to do with me? It's his old injuries that resurfaced. If you're looking for someone to blame, you should blame Tyler since he attacked him earlier. Dustin shrugged. Jacob was exasperated. However, he couldn't start a scene without evidence. Jacob. You should go now. It's more important to save Dylan, Hector reminded him. Let's go. Jacob glared at Dustin and left angrily, not wanting to waste any more time. Trent and Kate followed behind them. As the Harmons' most talented genius, Dylan's safety would affect their future. He was already considered equal in standing to Hector, the family patriarch. Dear, what did you do to him? Natasha got closer to Dustin and asked in a lowered voice. Something unusual clearly occurred for Dylan to suddenly collapse and spurt blood. What could I do? It was mainly because of Tyler, Dustin said seriously. Do you really expect me to believe that? Natasha rolled her eyes. Nobody can hear us, so you'd better tell me the truth. All right, I just aggravated his injuries and made it worse. Dustin smiled. Dylan had sustained internal injuries from Tyler's attack earlier. And when Dustin patted Dylan's shoulder, he channeled another bout of violent true energy into his body. His unstable condition flared up instantly. Will he die? Natasha asked cautiously. Even though she didn't get along with Dylan, he was still her uncle's only son. As they were related by blood, she didn't wish for him to lose his life. Don't worry. He won't die, but he'll be suffering for a while. Perhaps, he might even have complications from it, Dustin said meaningfully. In essence, Dylan would grow weak and constantly struggle with illnesses. As long as he doesn't die, it doesn't matter. Serves him right. Natasha was indignant. She was still upset about the time he spiked the wine. Since he was terrorizing others again, naturally, he should be taught a lesson. What are you two whispering about? Hector, who was standing not far away, suddenly interjected. Nothing. Natasha grinned and changed the subject. Dad, if it weren't for Dustin, we would have been in big trouble. Not bad. Seems like we're indebted to you again. Hector nodded, looking impressed. He believed Dustin despite the skepticism from others. And that was because of what George said before he left. Not at all, Mr. Harmon. I didn't do much, Dustin responded politely. Dad, are you not going to do anything as a show of appreciation? Natasha was slightly upset. What do you suggest? How about I give him your hand in marriage? Hector joked. Huh. While Dustin froze, Natasha blushed. This is too sudden. I'm not prepared for it. She followed that up by asking, have you chosen a date? When are we getting married? Hey, you thought I was for Real? You should be embarrassed. Hector glared at her. Natasha pouted. You said it yourself. Why are you yelling at me instead? All right, it's time to get serious. Hector's smile gradually disappeared. Even though we overcame the situation for now, this matter is far from over. With Tyler's personality, he will not take this sitting down. Will Tyler still act recklessly with Lord Zenos and $IR Paul behind us? Natasha raised an eyebrow. Tyler might not confront us directly, but he will definitely act behind the scenes. Hector was solemn as he continued, Lord Zenos and Sir Paul have also repaid their favor. They won't help us a second time. We can only face him ourselves now. Does that mean trouble will continue brewing for us? Natasha looked pensive. There will be trouble, but the most important thing is Dustin's safety. Hector turned his attention toward Dustin and warned him, Tyler is an unsympathetic and prideful man. Whether it was your involvement in Jailer's death or your public confrontation with him, they were all unforgivable acts for him. You will be in danger going forward. Thank you for the warning, Uncle Hector. I will take note. Dustin nodded. He knew Tyler would come after him to get revenge. But as long as Natasha was safe, there was nothing he feared. During this period, I'll deploy Team 1 of our shadow guards to protect you. That should lessen some of your troubles. Hector declared. Team 1. They're your personal bodyguards, aren't they? Natasha was astonished. The Harmons had 6 shadow guard teams. Team 1 was the most skilled, with a divine-level martial artist leading them. They were considered the Harmon family's trump card. However, since Team 1's responsibility was specifically to oversee the Patriarch's safety, they weren't deployed easily. Hector responded, I don't need them for now. Let them protect Dustin. Uncle Harmon, actually, I don't need protecting, Dustin tried to decline. There are times when we slip up. With Team 1 protecting you, they will act as an extra precaution to ensure your safety. Consider this our sincere gift to you. Don't refuse it. Hector was serious. Natasha nodded in agreement. My dad is right. Your safety comes first. All right. Since Hector had put it that way, there was no reason for Dustin to refuse any longer. Even though he wasn't afraid of Tyler, it would affect him slightly if Tyler decided to assassinate him. At least he could avoid unnecessary trouble with the shadow guards keeping watch on him. In the meantime, inside the Grant family mansion, Roger was seated on the sofa, appearing pensive. Tyler, the Harmons have Lord Zeno's backing them now. It won't be easy to target them. Even though we can't touch them publicly, no one said anything about acting in the dark. Tyler stood with his hands behind his back. His gaze was unusually cold as he stared at a bird perched on a tree outside the window. What? Oh. What are your plans? Roger was curious. I have a few friends in the martial arts world. I'm going to get them to act and create chaos within the Harmon family. Tyler spat out coldly. But, that's Paul's territory. Roger was at a loss for words. Paul was highly influential as a martial arts master. For me. He's just an old man nearing death. While his words hold a certain weight, it won't be enough to stop me. Tyler had a look of arrogance. It seems like you have everything arranged. Is there anything I can help you with? Roger asked cautiously. Just keep an eye on George's movements for me. As long as he doesn't enter the picture, I will play with the Harmons as I please. Tyler clenched his fist. No problem. Leave it to me, Roger vouched as he patted his chest. He wasn't brave enough to challenge Lord Zeno's. However, it would be nothing if he just had to monitor his movements. After sending Roger off, Tyler suddenly turned around and faced a corner. That Dustin brat irritated me today. I asked you to kill him the last time, but I changed my mind. I want him to go through a living hell. Right away, a shadow disappeared from the corner.